Good morning. This is Sue Scheets from Stampin' with Sushi. Today is Friday. Amazing, isn't it, that it's the end of the week already? And today is Put It Together Friday. So this is the day that all the supplies I told you about on Tuesday, I will show you how to put the card together. It is a faux quilt card, and it is card number 59. So let me switch the camera. Now, before I start, I want to tell you about an amazing special offer. This is my iPad right here, and it's to do with Paper Pumpkin. It's the next Paper Pumpkin kit, which is available until May 10th, and this is called a subscribe-a-thon, Batter Up. So the kit is all about our all-stars. Yes, if you're like a baseball fan, it's definitely can be used with that in mind, but it's also about all the other all-stars that we have in our life. Like for me, it would be my husband and my children, and some special friends that I have. So if this appeals to you and you've always thought about Paper Pumpkin and heard a lot about it, but never had a chance to subscribe, this is for brand new subscribers only, and it starts today the 7th, and it's good until the 10th. And you can get the Batter Up kit for $5. With getting that kit for $5, it gives you a chance to see what a Paper Pumpkin kit is like. And if you like it, then you can continue at the regular price. But this is a special to invite new subscribers to give the kit a try. Now, what if you canceled a couple years ago and want to start back up and get this Batter Up kit? Well, you're not considered a new subscriber, but definitely come back and get the kit, because I've seen what the stamp set looks like and what's inside the kit, and it's really cute. In fact, lately, all the kits have been outstanding. So if you're interested, then go to paperpumpkin.com. Oops, I gotta refresh it. All right. And find my name, Sue Scheets, and as your demonstrator, and put in this promo code, Home Run 0521, and that will give you the kit for $5. Now, any questions, please let me know. You can email me at sue.sheeps. I can't even talk this morning. sue.sheets@gmail.com, or put a comment on the back of this video, and then I can contact you with your questions. But anyway, I'm so excited about this offer as a great way to get people to see what Paper Pumpkin's about, because I've been a member of Paper Pumpkin since it started in 2013. All right, well, consider this and then contact me if you need any more information. And now we'll get on to making our card. All right, so let me just go over and make sure you have all your supplies. A card base, 5.5 times 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Your contrast cardstock, 5 1/4 by 4. Your designer paper strips, 10 to 12 of them at 1 by 6 inches. An embossing folder that looks sort of like a quilting pattern, and some kind of a saying and embellishments. And hopefully you have these all ready and are ready to go. So we're going to put aside our card base, and we're going to put aside our embossing folder and start with our contrast color. Now, I've used Pear Pizzazz because the papers that I'm using are from the Flowering Cactus Medley, which I've been featuring all week I just love these papers. And this is one of the colors that's featured in the set of papers. So let me get my pad and my silicone mat in case some of my glue gets off the paper. So what you're going to pick two that you want to start with, and there's no special consideration you need to worry about with the two, but I think I'm going to choose this one because it's got many of the colors in it, and maybe I'm going to choose this one, the flower. And what you're going to do is you're going to attach them to the center of your card, and let me put the first piece down and show you what I mean. Gentle, gentle. All right, so I'm going to lay this one right here. Now, when I lay my second piece down, let me get tape on the back of it. I'm going to leave just like 1/8 of an inch space, because what I want is to have a little bit of my background show through each time. So you can see, good morning, Donna. So you can see just a little teeny bit in between each. So that's your first step. Then you're going to pick what you're going to put on next. So because this is flowery, I'm going to put on a solid one next. And then on the other side, I think I'm going to do the same thing. So you're going to butt this straight end up against one of the sides, except leave your little bitty space. And do you see why I only need a little bit of glue here? So let me put that one down first. Get a little bit of glue on the end. And now when I put it down, I'm going to just try to leave that same little bitty space so my background shows through. And then I'm going to turn this around and put this in a different position and do the same thing. And this one looks like I need even less. So you really didn't need 6 inches, but to me it's better to have a longer piece than what you actually need. Okay, so then what you're going to keep on doing is just adding strips on either side. So now I'm going to try a flowery piece right here. So I'm going to put this one right here. And it's really fun because if you have 1-inch strips, it's a great way to get to use some of them and have a wonderful card end result. So you don't even need to use them from the same set. What I did recently was I took all my 1-inch strips and I divided them by color. And that way, one of these days, I'm going to do one that's like, let's say, all blue. And then I'll go through all my blue strips, which will be from totally different kinds of designer papers, and see what happens. Now this one, for some reason, I didn't get very much glue on. So let me do it again. Okay. And I'm going to try and alternate here between, a printed one and a non-printed one. So I'll put this one right here. And leave my little space. And I've had a lot of fun going through all our 1-inch strip cards, because I'm all about using every little last bit. In fact, I've been cutting up some of the designer paper that's left over into sizes I can use on the fronts of cards. All right, let's see. Let's put this little cactus one right here. So I'm curious, Donna, I've enjoyed having you watch my videos, but I'm wondering, are you a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator? And I know you're not in the same state I'm in, but I was just wondering, out of curiosity, if you're a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And if so, I wonder what you think about the new catalog, if you're as in love as I am with it. Now, I'll just take this one and put it right here. So and sometimes you can put your adhesive right there on the cardstock for the tiny little pieces, because they're going to be a lot harder to stick in place. All right, so I need something over here, and I think I'm going to cut a little bit of this one with the cacti, and attach it right in here. Oh, it's right across from the other one, isn't it? Who cares, right? Hi, Susan. I appreciate you watching. There. So I have everything attached. So now I'm going to flip this over and do some trimming. It's hard to know where to start with this because I've got so many long pieces. Now, of course, I'm going to keep these other strips. And I could see myself even making another card similar to this one with the leftovers. It's kind of endless, the things you can do with 1-inch strips. It's a good thing you can't see my face. I don't know about you guys, but when I cut, my jaw goes up and down, up and down, up and down. Yeah, that helps me cut. Do any of you guys have a silly habit like that? Now, if you are loving this card, I'd love to see what you do with this. All right, let's look at the front. Do I have any bare spots? I sure don't. And I'm just going to get these little strips out of the way. One of them I'm sure I can use on the inside of my card. And I noticed this little flap isn't down quite all the way, so I'll just get some glue there. What do you think? I like it. All right, so now the next step is to pick your embossing folder and get your paper on the inside of it and emboss it. Now, I'm going to just move the camera over. I've got my little machine right here. And when you use an embossing folder, you should always put the folded part through first. If you don't, sometimes it can break the folded part. Now, I laid my other thing right over here so I would have it. And of course, it is not, here it is. Usually I do my embossing in a different spot in my room, but I wouldn't be able to use the camera there. So now, if it doesn't want to go through, that means your embossing folder is too thick. So you put it through. This is number 3. I'm going to need to put it through with number 4. And so here is number 4. It's a little bit thinner than 3. It's a good thing I'm showing you this because it shows you different things you can do to get it to go through. So you need to line everything up. This still seems awfully thick. All right, let me try this again. So, 1 and 3. I'm going to get... Oh, if I'm using... All right, look at this. So, it helps to look at this. And you know, as many times as I've used my machine, I have to refer to this. So if your embossing folder is too thick to use both of your 3s, you go down here, you use nothing on the bottom, you put your embossing folder on top, and then you put your number 4 on top of your embossing folder. And that will give you the thickness that you need to emboss. So if you're ever in a situation like I just was, where it's way too tight to put through the machine, then look back on your pad and take notice. It was too tight for this. Oh, so I've got to go to this, a number 1 and a number 4. And that worked like a charm. All right, so this is kind of what my card top looks like. It has texture on it like you would if you were quilting. You know, it's not an exact quilting design by any means, but it's just not pieces of cardstock stuck on here. So let me move my machine out of the way and move my camera back. So now I am ready to attach this piece to my card base. Oh, that looks good, doesn't it? I love those colors. So this is Mossy Meadow, and this is Pear Pizzazz. They look really nice together. And then the other colors, this is Calypso Coral, this is Highland Heather, and this is Mint Macaron. So those are all the colors that are coordinating in this designer paper. Now, if as you watch me glue, I don't know if you can tell, but I am doing such a light touch with my glue, and I am not having a bit of trouble. Before, when I was too heavy-handed with my glue, it would wrap around itself, and I was like, what is going on? And I finally read a description of how best to use it, and it was like light strokes. So I've taught myself how to use light strokes. So there's what the card looks like without a saying or anything. And I just think it's lovely. And so for my saying, I've got this. I'm always here for you. I'm going to put that on the top, and then I'm going to... I don't know what I did with it. I had a class last night, and I used some of my supplies, and I don't know... Well, anyway, I may put a cactus right here. I'm not sure. So until I get that figured out, I'm just going to lay this on here. But then on the inside, because this is such a dark piece of cardstock, I'm going to put a white piece on the inside because I do like to write a message on the inside of my cards. Now, if you're somebody that has ordered from me, then what I do on the inside is I write my message on a Post-it note so that if you want to, you can send the card yourself to somebody that you think might enjoy it. I love the idea of passing it on. Okay, so here is the white on the inside. And what I do is I cut several sheets of white paper. Now, I should have done that. I should have done this before I attached the middle. But I don't know if you noticed when I put my adhesive on, it wasn't right at the edge. So I can slip some scissors in here and trim this. There. How about that? And then, of course, you have to have a matching envelope. So I can do a couple of things on my envelope. I can take a couple of these, you know, and put them on there, or find another one that's long enough, and this one is. Now, the cactus, I don't want them sideways, so I'll do the purple side. And trim it right here. And there are, I don't know if you've noticed, but there are tiny little dots on the back of this paper that bring out some of the other colors. That's cool. I hadn't really noticed that before myself. So then I'll get a strip of adhesive right here and put this right on the front there. So now I feel like my cards match. And what I'll try and do is find a cactus that's got purple in it and put it right there. I don't know if you've noticed the paper that goes along with this set. And of course I can't find that either. Oh, here's my little homework sheet, but this shows you. So I might find a cactus like this and put it right next to my saying. I think that will make the card. Or maybe one of these smaller ones. Anyway, I love this. What do you think? Do you think this is something you would want to make, and does it look hard to you? Hopefully not. Tonight at 6:30, I'll be doing a Zoom class and make an additional card. But if you were watching my cutting instructions on Tuesday, here is the card I made on Tuesday using that very same technique. And look how different it looks with different papers. All right, so faux quilt card number 59. I hope you enjoyed it. Come back Monday when I do a new template and a simple card. And I will be sharing some other things. Now, Monday, today is the 7th. So Monday will be the last day that you can sign up for the paper pumpkin offer. Think about it over the weekend if you're not ready to make a decision, and see if maybe that is something you might be interested in doing. Now, if you're a member of Paper Pumpkin already, you know that you're going to really enjoy this all-star kit. All right. Have a wonderful day. It's sunny here in Jacksonville, and try to get outside and do some stamping. And I will see you again on Monday. Bye-bye.